This is her room.
Hmm?
Are you paying attention? Ruth. Can you imagine? One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then... nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever. Maybe there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my time.
We might be the only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being melodramatic. I'll help you look. There's still no sign of the Fretlands.
Maybe they left town after Ruth died.
What's the point of this?
Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward? She wasn't Monet, she was 8. Ruth never finished this. What does that spell? F-O-R-B.
For Banelson. The curse.
Who's that figure supposed to be? It's creepy.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew. It looks like this box under her desk.
Really? Let me see, pull it out. What is this?
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically. They belong in a museum.
Looks like Ruth had her own private museum.
Why would a child have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait! The pin! On the doll!
This is where it came from, her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
A dig, a gravesite. Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What if this is how... I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do terrible things. She found something.
Where's that supposed to be?
The cave. Or the...
Mine. It could be. But what did she find?
Her Viking treasure. Of course. That must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear.
Draugen.
Hey, the undead monster from those folk tales you read.
What an odd book for a child to have.
I don't know. Children love scary stories. This looks interesting. Read some of it to me, please.
In Norwegian folklore, the appearance of Draugen, the reanimated corpse of a drowned mariner, heralds death. Draugen haunts the black seas in a shattered boat. The beast has a man's body and wears a sou'wester, but instead of a head, there is tangled seaweed, and the revenant's chilling cry freezes mortal blood to ice. Draugen has the power to enter the dreams of the living. If you wake from such a dream, you have been spared, though someone close to you That's enough of that. It's nonsense, of course. Not something a child should be reading.
Do you think Draugen took our boat? Maybe he's out there, on the fjord, waiting for nightfall so he can return to shore and...
No.
Your soul lacks poetry, Edward Charles Harden. I pity you. She made her bed that morning, before she...
Or her parents did. It doesn't matter. It tells us nothing.
Why are you like this today? Betty's not the only person in the world that matters.
She matters the most to me.
Ain't that the truth? This must be the village church. That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle. Simon and his father on the other.
A community divided.
There's a story here. The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
Well, she didn't imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic events.
This is what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled, and... Is that a bell?
A church bell. Someone's here. Maybe... Betty.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
Perhaps she's in trouble. I need to get to the church right now.
Wait, isn't it more likely to be the person you saw the other night? We should be careful.
I told you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there. I need a minute to think about all of this.
I just don't get that. It wouldn't be better. Alright, so let's travel, my friends. Okay, so let's travel to the church. It's gonna be down here. Okie dokie, so let's get down to the church. Alright, so this should be the church if I'm not wrong. Let's open the gate. Travel. All the way up. Yeah. So we're on the top of the Draugen. There's a note. What does this note say?
July 24th. Memorial service. A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
So this is obviously the graveyard. Let's sit and draw these things that we can draw, because that gives us a little bit more knowledge about the detail. Alright. Okay, just draw down. Look at his look at his hair shining through the sun. Making it like a carrot top. Nothing wrong with carrot tops, by the way, just to put it out there. Quite like a redhead. But still. That's just a little bit blonde. Blondie, orangey. I don't know, but I know that he has to finish drawing this damn picture. The game looks so nice. Like the graphics on it is just so pretty. Other than his hair, which. Obviously can't blame a man for like sleeping in the sun for a little while to catch some rays in it, you know what I'm saying? Can't blame a man for doing that things, you know what I'm saying? What the hell? Why did that trash on my phone just open up? That's just completely and utter garbage. Alright, so I don't know. Are we done drawing, mate? Alright. How long do we have to sit here drawing for? I'm not quite sure. But I don't want to stop it if it's doing something like drawing. Because drawing's important. But I'm going to get another couple more seconds, I think. Just while he finishes up his sketch, which he should be finishing up any minute now. Actually, any minute now, dude. There we go. Looks like he finished. So. Looks like we need to head over towards the church, Anne. So let's do that.
All these fresh graves.
Oh, listen to us now.
Maybe.
No.
they-
Why board up a church?
To keep the ghosts from escaping?
Regardless of how they got past the boards, there's someone in there.
So there's someone inside this creepy ass church. And I'm guessing you want us to go and investigate then, hey? Excuse me. Sign.
Gone fishing?
God is not here.
Well, of course he isn't.
Gone
You
fishing.
won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees, the grass between your toes, the brook that runs
That's
through.
nature, not God.
Yeah. Don't know about that one, Chiefy.
Who did this?
Someone who'd lost their faith.
Can you peek through the boards?
Yes, I can.
See anyone?
No,
Listen! The bell! They're still in there!
Question is, who is in there? in that case, how are we getting in?
Hello? I heard the bell.
This is giving
I'm
me
here to help.
heebie-jeebies.
These boards look flimsy enough to break.
So now we're breaking into churches. Okay. Yesterday we broke into a convenience store, and today we're breaking into a church. I'm pretty sure there's rules against that, my dude. But we will see. Alright, give me 2 seconds, guys. Let's go wipe my hands quickly.
Look at that. The Ethel becomes an Edward. I didn't think you had it in you, old fruit.
Old
Be
fruit.
quiet.
Quite like Lizzie's character. She's quite cool, man. Quite cute. Alright, let's go.
Betty? Are you here? Hello?
This
This is Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister, Elizabeth.
Stop shouting, Edward. We're alone.
Talk.
There are only ghosts here.
There are no ghosts.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that either, actually. Really. I think what was that? There's some creepy ass noises in this church, man. Definitely someone in here. 100%. Like Dre, Snoop and Devon. You're giving that quality time. Let's try not give the quality time. Like that. Alright. Sorry guys. A little bit of a sneezer. Okay, so there's a rope here. Which I'm guessing we can pull in a minute.
What's this?
This is the alt, I think. The altar?
Teddy,
Maybe.
look.
Yes. My dear, I see the rope. I ran past it. I just don't want to
Edward.
see. Yes, miss. What's this?
Lizzie,
It's like gloves.
look. Betty's gloves.
Alright, so far.
They are definitely Betty's.
Oh, for
She got
Pete's
these
sake.
in Boston before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember the day she...
Woolworths, you know.
She's here.
Where? And why would she leave her clothes lying around? It doesn't make sense.
Breadcrumbs. She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves. Her hat. She's left a trail for me to follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a labyrinth.
Betty will have left more crumbs.
Betty, you're turning into such a pill.
Okay, so far we have Betty's scarf, Betty's hat, and now Betty's gloves. It's a little bit weird, though, how we keep on finding
What happened
all
here?
The sign on the
of her
door.
stuff.
God is not here. Their faith was challenged, and it didn't survive.
Okay, let's read this book.
I've never seen you read the Bible before.
I've read the Bible many times. It's an important historical document.
If you say so.
For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Olden English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
You still manage to surprise me sometimes.
So
For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Olden English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
Peter.
Jesus looks sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that this is all fiction, blasphemy is a contradiction.
Heretic.
Fair dues, that's just jokes. Alright. What's this?
They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it. This was an act of desperation and anger.
Right, so we got here.
The church book, a record of births and deaths.
So we can find out what happened to the people in the village?
And Elizabeth. I mean, if she was dead...
Her name would be in the book.
It's empty.
Vandals.
Oh, they're
Torn
missing.
to pieces.
I don't think the missing pages left the church. Look. How many pages are missing?
I counted 4.
They're probably all still here. I know. Let's make it a competition. 1-0 to Team Me. I wanted you to find that one. I know what a rotten loser you are.
This chick.
Found another one.
Good.
You get it. It's right here.
What are you doing? We're in a church.
Thought you didn't believe in God.
I do believe in civility.
Just one more page missing.
Alright, so... Like, did I say that? One more page missing. This church is a bit dark, but... Okay. Can we go? Oh, there's a... Yes.
The final dinner.
The Last Supper. Who taught you about the New Testament?
I pick up on things. Most folks aren't heathens, like you. What's that?
The last sermon that was held here.
What does it say?
The vicar's handwriting is hard to decipher, and the language. He talks about the village being divided for 20 years. This sermon was held on the anniversary of the accident this past summer. He's asking the congregation to help heal old wounds, to forgive, move on. Something to the effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like Ruth's drawing. I told you, she was perceptive.
Curious.
Here's something else. Many of you believe Grovik was cursed
Cursed,
20
right.
years ago. God has not cursed you. This curse is of your own making.
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse. What do you think that means?
It means they believed they were cursed, and that they needed something or someone to blame for their misfortune.
Vision.
It sounds like Grovik was split in two, between those who stood by Johann and those who supported Frederick.
Because of Ruth?
The sermon is from before that. No, this is all about the preceding 20 years of division and disagreements. Tilly varandra.
Edward?
Forgive each other.
Forgiveness.
It addresses Johann and Frederick directly. But I wonder if they were even here.
Well, they were twin brothers. They must have been close once. How could they allow their grudge to escalate until...
You call each other traitors, but the only thing you've betrayed are...
2 for 2. A tie. Good job, Teddy, old
Stop,
bean.
Lissy. This is not a game. Betty's out there. All
Of
alone.
horse feathers. Stop being so gosh darn tedious, Edward. Biddy, biddy, biddy. Will you ever shut up about your precious Betty?
This will be that.
Put those pages back in the book, and I'll stop trying to cheer you up.
Okay. So...
This book goes back years. It lists births and deaths. Here's the 3rd Fretland brother. The one who died in a cave-in. Someone added the word for Banelson, probably quite recently.
What does that mean again?
Curse. That word is all over this book. Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There were surprisingly few births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
Look here. Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now this is interesting.
Simon is dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
He drowned the day after Ruth died. Probably no coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
Mord?
Murder.
Who killed him? Ruth's father? Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say. After the children, a half-dozen deaths in a single week.
The curse.
It's listed as the cause for every single death.
Maybe there really was a curse.
Primitive superstition. But something changed after Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward, if it killed everyone, how's that not a curse? What does that word say? Next to those names at the bottom. For a
Traitor.
Edward? What's wrong?
Final entry. There's no name. Alice, what if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty,
It doesn't mean she's...
she's not dead. She can't be. I know.
Teddy.
I need to see the grave for myself. It's not Betty. Betty's still alive.
Teddy? Where are you going? Don't leave me! Edward!
You better not be here, Betty. I'll never forgive you. Where is it? I don't see it. All look the same.
There we go, we can see now.
This one. It's unmarked.
What are you doing? Have you gone completely mad? Edward, stop it!
Thank God. It's not her. It's not Betty. It's not her.
Oh, Edward. What have you done?
It's not Elizabeth. I was so afraid.
You're a monster.
But I had to be sure. If Betty had...
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Don't talk about my baby sister like that.
Or what? Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us? You've spent your entire life chasing her. When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet! Just leave me be.
Fine.
What?
Lizzie?
What the hell?
Come back. Don't leave me alone. Please. Come back. I need you.
What? What? Is she in my head? What? What?
Lissy? Where are you?
Oh, this church is probably different now. At the end of the day, like, jeez. So that was obviously the bell that whoever rang. Where did Lizzie disappear to?
I was afraid you left me. Huh? Now listen to me. No!
What is going on here? Oh, whoa!
Lissy.
Who is this chick?
Hey. Lissy, please listen to me. I didn't mean what I said.
Of course you meant it.
No.
Everything's always about Betty. Betty, Betty.
I care about you both.
Until it really matters. Then it's obvious who matters more.
I thought she was dead.
I wish she was!
Don't.
You deserve to be alone.
No. What's going on?
Please, talk to me.
What's there to talk about?
You can't keep running away from me.
You think you own me? That you control me? That you get to decide how I feel and what I do every minute of every day? That I'm your puppet, your little plaything?
Wow, what is going
Well,
on?
fuck you, Edward Charles Harden! I never should have come here with you on this pointless chase!
Now, be reasonable.
What the hell is going on here? Who is she?
Lissy? Alice? No! Oh, no, no! What are you doing?
What I should have done years ago. Maybe now you'll learn to appreciate us.
Now listen to me. Please, listen. Hear me out. Don't do this. You can't do this to me. I need you. I'm not whole without you. I can't lose you. I can't live without you. Don't, please, don't, no, 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 no! What? No!
What the fudge? What the?
Oh, Alice. What have you done? Please, be all right. Please, don't.
You make me sick, Edward.
What?
Your mother and father would be ashamed.
What's going on?
Elizabeth would be ashamed. They did not think you deserved their love, so they abandoned you.
Don't.
Oh, my child. We are all that you have, and we love you. We are here. With us, you are never alone. Do not forget.
No. Never. Never. I never forget. I am never alone.
What is happening here? Is my man taking too much LSD or something? He's tripping out, man. What's going on? Day 4.
Wake up, Edward.
What?
Stop hiding.
This is nothing.
Without us, you are nothing. You cannot hide from us.
Where's Lissy?
Alice is not here.
Bring her back. Please. I need her to...
Alice does not love Elizabeth like you do.
She loves me.
Not like I do, Edward.
I'm so tired. Please.
What do you want?
I think of you so often. You have no idea.
You just want me to forgive you so that we can keep looking for your precious, perfect Betty.
She needs Adrian.
She never needed you, Teddy Bear. And she certainly doesn't need us.
I can't find her on my own.
Well, it's just too bad, my darling Edward. Because we're done playing second fiddle to little sis.
Wait, don't go. I'm talking to you. Lissy. Oh.
Who is Lissy, man? Alright, so we've got the hat, we've got the scarf, and we've got her gloves. Let's go see if we can get Lizzie back on side.
Please.
She won't. Let's go listen then.
Listen,
She won't.
Lissy. You can't keep vanishing on me.
Try me.
Why are you so angry?
You do not know anger, Edward.
Did you ever meet my father?
Alice does not want to speak with you.
And what about you? Are you going to help me?
God helps those who help themselves.
I don't need God's help. I need Lissy.
Do you, though? Did you ever?
What? Of course,
This is for Rachel.
Lissy? Lissy!
Come on, love, where are ya? Listen.
Hear me out. Alice. Don't go. I depend on you both.
You can never depend on other people, Edward.
I'm not sure you count as other people.
Everyone leaves, one way or another.
You don't. You can't.
Is that a challenge?
Stop playing games.
Are you ordering me, Teddy Bear?
I'm asking you.
Didn't your father always tell you to stand up for yourself? To be a real man and not a sissy? Maybe that's why he put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger. Kaboom! He was so disappointed about what his only son had turned into.
You're a monster.
Takes one to know one. Old fruit.
Who and what is this chick? That's kind of what I want to know. Okay, so we go outside. Let's go upstairs. See shit upstairs.
I gave you this jacket. Betty. You were here.
The thing was she here? Let's see if we go for this. Just gonna wear a jacket. Alright, so she's obviously at the house still then. Let's go back upstairs. So she's in the guest room. Yep. Really, there's a couple.
Alice, be reasonable. Lissy, I'm tired of chasing you. I'm trying to talk to you. Lissy, look. Her jacket. I'm sure it wasn't here yesterday, which means...
Jesus Christ,
Betty
Teddy!
was here. Perhaps when we were out yesterday. She
Betty,
must have...
Betty!
Betty, 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 Betty.
You love Betty more than you love us. But don't you see? What has Betty done that we haven't? What can she do that we cannot? We've always been there for you. Why do you keep looking for her?
She's real. You're not.
So?
What? You decide what is real. We are real to you.
We'll never be the same.
Oh my god.
She does not want you.
Who are you talking about?
Why do you think Betty left? She was sick and tired of us. She wanted to escape.
Like mother.
Drowning herself because she couldn't stand being around us.
Like father.
Bang! Right in the coconut.
Stop.
You drive them all away, Edward. All into death.
Please.
But not us. We're always here for you.
I beg you.
You are never alone.
Stop! Leave me alone, both of you!
You want to be alone?
You really want to be alone?
Fine. You're alone.
Good.
Okay.
Lissy. Come back. Please.
We still gotta get through these two doors over here. What's that something behind these two doors. Ooh. Well, there's nothing in this one. We can't get through the other one yet. Alright, let's go downstairs then. Right. Just go through here quickly. Alright. So let's put the coat on now. And the gloves are in the pocket. Alright, cool. So we have her jacket, her scarf, and her hat. Okay. I'm a little bit scared now. This is getting a bit scary now. Alright, so it looks like Lizzie is an angel. But the question is she a good angel? I think the jury's still out on that one.
Betty? Elizabeth? Is that you?
Okay.
Are you upstairs? Betty, I'm coming.
So now, everything's all smoggy.
I knew you were here.
In this room which was locked.
Betty? Betty! Are you in there? Open the door! I'm coming in! Stand away from the door!
Crow.
Betty? No! No, 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 no! Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I thought it was you, Betty.
It's Anne Franklin.
But who? Anna. It's from Johann, addressed to his wife.
And he knows that. This is the work of a man who okay, let's do this one.
Did you notice the handwriting, Betty? He was clearly distraught. Knock ere knock. Enough is enough. After decades of strife, I pray that God will, Tilly, forgive me. I am tired of secrets. For 20 years I've kept my silence about our discovery, but my silence has only led to misfortune, and my cowardice has only led to death. I will make Frederick pay for what he has done to us, for what they have done to our Ruth. When it is over, I will let the ocean take me to you and Ruth. May God forgive me. Anna was already dead when he wrote this. He had no one else to confess to. What now, Betty? Johann went to confront his brother, probably at Frederick's farm. And then?
Looks like we're off to the farm, boys. Looks like we're off to the farm. Alright, so there's something else in this room.
You said this was a gift from another unlucky suitor.
Breadcrumbs. Hey, I hear it accidentally. And you know, just like
It was precious to you. You wouldn't have left it here unless... A signpost. A breadcrumb. You followed Johann to Frederick Fretland's farm, and then to the mine. You wouldn't let this go, Betty. You'd follow your story to the end. All the way to the end.
So smoggy.
So where is Frederick's farm? Gate. Frederick's warning. The path leads to his farm.
Smoke wants to like just disappear, man. Come on. It's snowing.
You to this place.
Yeah, by the way, this is the gate that we suggested they
All
would
these fragments. You would piece them together into a story, wouldn't you, Betty? So, what do we know? Johann and Frederick are partners, and on good terms. Something happens in the mine. Disagreements lead to a falling out. And at the end of it all, 20 years later, Johann walks this path to confront Frederick. Was this your doing, Johann? Did you burn your brother's farm to the ground? And where were you, Betty? Did you witness their fall?
So this is... safe. We need to find a combination. Which has to be around here somewhere. gotta find a combination for that safe. Where would I be? If I was a combination, where would I be hiding? In the barn? Actually not. In this big wooden thing? Actually. Okay, so there's both sides. 2 both sides. Margaret. So like you said, I'm going to need to know these.
Simon's grave. Born December 5th, 1909. Died September 17th, 1923. The safe. Frederick would choose numbers that meant something to him. Why bury Simon here, and not at the cemetery? His wife's grave is also here. Perhaps Frederick wanted nothing to do with the church, or with their God. I could really use your imagination, Betty. You'd figure this out in no time.
I'm thinking Betty. Obviously Betty's his sister, but I reckon she might be dead as well. I think this guy lives in his head. Boy, I know how that feels sometimes. Alright, let's do this, man.
What do you reckon, Betty?
I reckon Margaret's birthday. No, Simon's birthday.
Let's try Simon's birthday.
Okay, Simon's birthday.
Another Viking artifact, Betty. Most likely from the same treasure Ruth found. Postmarked in Boston. That's a curious coincidence. Dear Frederick, I hope this letter, it's in English, Betty. Hope this letter finds you and the boy in good health. We're concerned about you both. No word from you for almost 2 years now. All of us still heartbroken about Margaret's passing. We know things have been difficult for you and Simon. Mr. Fretland, we expect you to take care of this problem. If the discovery is made public, the authorities will intervene and the mine will be shut down. Should this happen, we will consider it a breach of our contract, and we will withdraw our investment. You and your brother will be responsible for all debts and losses. Johann must be convinced to wall up the chamber. We have already dealt with the worker who made the discovery.
And a key.
The Fretland Mining Company. I wonder what this unlocks.
So, this key could unlock.
You went to the mine. I hope our guardian angel watched over you. All right. right, Betty. So what happens next in your story? Johann and Frederick discover something in the mine. A cave or chamber of archaeological value. They argue about what to do. If the discovery is made public, it's the end of their enterprise. Johann is convinced, or paid, to walk away. Their secret stays hidden. Then, a few months later, the accident. 3 men die. The investors pull out. The mine shuts down. Frederick's up to his neck in debt.
Okay, so what we got in here? We have some typewriter. I had an old typewriter like this back in the day before computers. Oh, looks like we're going out this window then. Let's go.
So, 20 years pass.
Feud curse. Feud.
The Fretland feud tears the village apart, setting neighbor against neighbor. And then, Ruth stumbles across the secret in the mine. After all this time, the truth may finally come to light, but she dies. And the day after, Simon is murdered.
What's this? Which way do we go? Left or right? Right is always right, I guess.
It's a catalyst. Old grievances resurface. No matter who you stand with, you're a traitor. Things escalate. More people die. From disease, despair, suicides, murder.
Come on, Bean.
All because of the mine. Because of what they found there. And what they covered up. There was no one to stop it, Betty. They were alone. That's the real curse of Grovik. Isolation.
Step down. Let's go down this way first. See if there's anything interesting down here. No. This is obviously the mines.
This place is cursed. Ridiculous.
That's the doll's head from the doll. What was
Ruth
on,
was here
on
the day she
the,
fell. Something spooked her.
The rock.
And then she ran all the way to the cliff where... Do you know... Oh, what happened, Betty? Did you witness it?
I let's open this door.
Hello? Betty, are you in there? Please answer me.
I'm starting to get freaked out now. Alright. What we can do is we're gonna you know what, fuck it. Alright, let's go. More Viking artifacts.
Betty, this is Mother's brooch. You always wore this. You wouldn't take it off unless... You left it here for a reason. What am I not seeing?
Yeah, what am I not seeing? That's unstable, man. It sounds like it's coming down. What the bloop is going on?
Edward!
What?
Edward!
Betty?
Who the hell's that?
Elizabeth? Is that you?
Edward? Where are you?
I'm on my way, Betty. Wait for me.
No.
Edward!
Stay where you are. I'm coming.
No.
Edward!
What's going on?
Edward! Where are you?
I'm on my way.
Edward, please! Hurry!
I'm coming, Betty.
How can we hear her from all the way back there? Like, you kidding me? It's like jumping over the fence.
Edward!
I'm almost there.
Edward?
Just stay put. I'm here, Betty. It's Edward. It's me.
Please, Edward, hurry! Edward? Where are you? Oh, Edward, hurry!
She's in the
I'm
house,
coming.
and I heard her from the mine. That doesn't make no sense. He's definitely hearing things.
you? I'm in here.
Thank God. Thank God. Elizabeth, there you are. Finally.
Where?
You have no idea how long I've been looking for you. You had me so worried. Look! Your brooch. Mother's brooch. You must have lost it at the mine. Let me put it on for you, Betty. I wouldn't want you to lose it again.
This guy's losing the blood. What the heck's going on?
She's been dead for 30 years, Edward. Elizabeth was never here. But we didn't come for her. We came for Johann, and Anna, and Frederick, and Simon, and Ruth.
What is going
We're
on?
here to tell their stories.
No. Elizabeth. She's here.
You know Betty died when she was a baby. She drowned in the pond. And you found her. You were just 11. You carried her to your mother. And your mother...
She hated you for that.
She could never forgive you for bringing her baby to her. You could never forgive yourself for what she did after. You always forget this. Because you don't want to be alone. So you bring Betty back. Again and again. To New York. To Boston. To the house. But always just out of reach. Never quite there. The scent of her, the echo of her, but never really her. And all it does is make you lonelier. But the thing is, Edward, you're never alone.
You have us.
And you'll always have us. Betty's... She was never there for you. She couldn't be. You can't lose us. We're a part of you.
Forever. And ever. And ever.
But you need to let Betty go now. There's not room for all of us in there.
I couldn't save you, Elizabeth. I'm so sorry.
What? To my
It is as painful to wake from a vision as it is to be born anew.
Okay. Alright. So now we know that Betty is dead.
Goodbye, Betty.
Okay, so that's the brooch on the loading screen. Let's look in the mirror again at ourselves. Crazy, I'm crazy. Yep. 100%. Alright. And I guess that explains why there's only the one bag as well, his clothes and not Lizzie's. But now everything looks different. Like, book's now on the chair and it's not in the fire.
Teddy bear? Are you up? Come outside. It's a beautiful day.
Okay, so this is outside.
Had your noodle juice yet?
I might be weaned off this stuff.
Boo. Don't lose your taste for tea, old fruit. It keeps you human. We have unfinished
She just pushed me out of the
business.
way.
We do?
The final piece of the puzzle.
Ruth.
Come on. Let's go back to where it started. We have an appointment with a ghost.
Wait a minute. Alright. Let's
Such an amazing view, isn't it? And the air. Ugh. Boy. Why did we come here, Teddy?
To Grovik. Well.
okay, so let's
To find my sister.
But Betty's not. She was never here. It doesn't make sense.
Some places have gravity.
What are you saying? Gravewick's gravity pulled us across the Atlantic Ocean?
Grovik. No. I'm not saying that. That's irrational.
But you believe it, don't you? That we were summoned to tell their story.
The letter to Frederick.
The one you found in his safe. From Boston.
I may have overheard a conversation somewhere. Paid it no attention, but the name stuck. And Betty... And I spun a story around it that put us on this path.
Do you really believe that? I mean, how often are you around people?
I'm a man of science. I don't know what to believe.
And yet, here we are. All three of us.
Is this what you wanted to show me?
I wanted to be close to her. Do you believe in ghosts, Edward?
You know I don't.
Well, you've been chasing one for years.
That's different.
What about me? Us.
You're not ghosts. You're alive.
Fair enough. So what really happened to Ruth?
we'll go with this one.
I believe it was an accident.
How? What happened?
Your guess is as good as mine.
All right, she ran from the mine and came here. And then... Was she afraid? What made her run?
To go run from something. Yeah, I think she ran from something.
Something spooked her.
And she panicked. So she ran here. Why not home? She couldn't go home. Or she didn't want to. She felt safe here.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
This was her happy place. And then... If only Ruth had wings, like an angel, she could have flown straight to heaven. I hope she's at peace. And with God. Do you think that's where everyone's gone?
Edward believes only darkness after death, but since, as it may seem, Alice has her own beliefs to feel some person demanded. His mother's dead alive. He saw the gunshot wound in his father's head, and he knew that heaven was a lie. Was trust
Heaven? They're dead. I don't know what that means.
Save me.
Maybe there is more. I can't stop you from hoping. You'll never know what happened to everyone in Grovik.
We tried our best. We'll remember them. All of them. Maybe that will give them some peace in the afterlife. Could this be your book, Edward? The one you've been wanting to write? A story about people who are isolated, left behind by the world. You can give them all a proper ending, with no annoying loose threads. Edward, is that?
Our boat? But how?
Who cares? Let's catch it before it sets out on another adventure.
I don't understand how this can be.
Draugen got tired of sailing around in it and brought it back to us.
It must have been the wind.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, teddy bear. Let's blouse while the weather's still good.
I like
I need my
this.
suitcase.
So get a wiggle on, old boy. I'm going to say my goodbyes to all the things. I don't think we'll be back. Meet you at the house.
My goodness. Righty-ho. No rush. We have all day.
Okay, so we have all day. Don't quite think we have. Alright, so let's go get our briefcase on the house. And then depart on the boat. Well, my friends, I feel like this chapter of this story will come to an end. It's been an interesting game, to be fair. Like I've not had fun. Graphics look amazing. Like, it's a really nicely put together game.
Come on, Teddy. Pack your things.
Alright, so let's go.
I'll meet you by the boat.
Do you never sit still?
Don't be a wet blanket. Let's make like the wind and get out of here.
Let's take a brooch. Let's take a look in the mirror one last time. Okay, so we've looked at ourselves. Let's grab our bag then. So we're just gonna leave the picture and everything else there. Back to walking slow. With the gas in a hand. Alright, let's get out of here then. Let's get on the boat. Yeah.
Come on, let's go. Row, Teddy, row. The water's still cold.
It's a fjord, Lissy, and it's almost winter.
There'll be snow when we get back to Hanover.
The house will be warm.
Are we going to be all right, Edward?
I think so.
Alright, so the game's finished. It was a short little game, to be fair. There was only 6 days, I believe, in this game. Short little game. Not bad. Psychological thriller, maybe. I'll give it... I was worried about an 8. I'd give it a little more if the story was just maybe just a little bit longer. But graphically, graphics look amazing. Characters on point. Lizzie, she was a big unknown to me. But now we know that she's an angel. And in fairness, they could even do another one. Let's see if we've got any little things at the end. But yeah, I'll give it about 8 arrows. It's a good game. Good game. My arrow ratings, by the way, like I had arrow ratings when I used to do reviews. But yeah, I'll give it about 8 arrows. 8 out of 10 arrows. It's good stuff. Alright, so I'm not quite sure what one we're going to do next. As this looks like it's come to an end. What I might do is I might find some more other little short games maybe and stick them up on the channel. We will have to see. Gotta say though, I did like Lizzie's character. She was pretty cool, man. How she would talk and what she would come out with, them old words, man, them old slang words were pretty cool, man. And Edward, well, he just seemed a little lost, bless him, from the beginning. And then find out that basically he was just chasing shadows. Which, yeah, could be a bit dangerous, folks. Could be a bit dangerous chasing shadows. Well, he could have died in the mine, couldn't he? Really? If he hadn't run fast enough. He could have been trapped in the mine forever. Special thanks. Love it. Have we got any little hidden bits at the end of this? Gotta say, I do like that brooch. Pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little brooch. Oh! Edward and Alice will return. Yo, there's gonna be a second one. Yo, I'm definitely gonna be playing that then. They will return in another adventure. Not bad, not bad, not bad, guys. Gotta say, I did thoroughly enjoy that. Did thoroughly enjoy that. But guys, that's gonna be it for this part of the live stream. I will live stream some more later. But I'm not quite sure what I will be streaming. If I'm honest, don't quite know. I've got a few games that I could do. But for now, for whoever does watch this, and thank you for the one person that has been watching this. My name is Drew, and I will be back a little bit later with another live stream. Most probably with my mate Ryan, more than likely, depending if he's not working today and he's about. I'll see what we can do. But as always, I've been your host Drew. Thank you for watching this live stream, and I am out. See you later, guys.